Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Sai Gauranga ki jai, Shri Radha Krishna Chandra ki jai, Gandharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Sai Gaur Premanande. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, text, chapter titled Questions by the Sages, text 7. Yani Veda Vidam Sreshto Yani Veda Vidam Sreshto Bhagavan Badarayanaha Bhagavan Badarayanaha Anye cha Munayah Suta Anye cha Munayah Suta Paravara Vido Viduhu Paravara Vido Viduhu
Yani Veda Vidam Sreshto
Yani Veda Vidam Sreshto
Bhagavan Badarayanaha
Bhagavan Badarayanaha
Anye cha Munaya Suta
Anye cha Munayah Suta
Paravara Vido Vidu
Paravara Vido Viduhu
Yani Veda Vidam Sreshto
Yani Veda Vidam Sreshto
Bhagavan Badarayanaha
Bhagavan Badarayanaha
Anye cha Munaya Suta
Anye cha Munayah Suta
Paravara Vido Vidu
Paravara Vido Viduhu Yani Veda Vidam Sreshto Bhagavan Badarayanaha Anye cha Munayah Suta Varavido Viduhu Yani Veda Vidam Sreshto Bhagavan Badarayanaha Anye cha Munayah Suta Paravara Vido Viduhu
Yani Veda Vidam Sreshto Yani Veda Vidam Sreshto Bhagavan Badarayanaha Bhagavan Badarayanaha Anye cha Munaya Suta Anye cha Munaya Suta Paravara Vido Viduhu Paravara Vido Viduhu Yani Veda Vidam Sreshto Yani Veda Vidam Sreshto Bhagavan Badarayanaha Bhagavan Badarayanaha Anye cha Munaya Suta Paravara Vido Viduhu
Yani all that Veda Vidam scholars of the Vedas Sreshtaha senior most Bhagavan incarnation of Godhead Badarayanaha Vyasadeva Anye others Cha and Munayaha the sages Suta O Suta Goswami Paravaravidaha amongst the learned scholars one who is conversant with physical and metaphysical knowledge Viduhu one who knows. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Being the eldest learned Vedantist, O Suta Goswami, you are acquainted with the knowledge of Vyasadeva, who is the incarnation of Godhead, and you also know other sages who are fully versed in all kinds of physical and metaphysical knowledge. Please repeat. Being the eldest, learned, Vedantist, O Suta Goswami, you are acquainted with the knowledge of Vyasadeva, who is the incarnation of Godhead. And you also know other sages who are fully versed in all kinds of physical and metaphysical knowledge. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srimad Bhagavatam is a natural commentation on the Brahma Sutra or the Badarayani Vedanta Sutras. It is called natural because Vyasadeva is the author of both the Vedanta Sutras and Srimad Bhagavatam, or the essence of all Vedic literatures. Besides Vyasadeva, there are other sages who are the authors of 6 different philosophical systems, namely Gautama, Kanada, Kapila, Patanjali, Jaimini, and Ashtavakra. The theism is explained completely in the Vedanta Sutra, whereas in other systems of philosophical speculations, practically no mention is given to the ultimate cause of all causes. One can sit on the Vyasasana only after being conversant with in all systems of philosophy, so that one can present fully the theistic views of the Bhagavatam in defiance of all other systems. Srila Suta Goswami was the proper teacher, and therefore the sages at Naimisharanya elevated him to the Vyasasana. Srila Vyasadeva is designated herein as the personality of Godhead because he is the authorized, empowered incarnation. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। जय श्रील प्रभुपाद। So who is addressing whom?
Rishis are addressing Sukadeva Goswami.
The sages of Naimisharanya are addressing Suta Goswami. They are saying, Vedavidam Sreshtaha, Yani Vedavidam Sreshtaha. You know all the sages who are expert in the Vedas. You also know other sages who are fully versed. Being the eldest learned Vedantist, that's what it actually means. Srestha means what? Srestha means the eldest or the senior most, best of all Veda Vidam. Yani Veda Vidam, whatever there is, scholars of the Vedas, you are the eldest, senior most. So here, being the eldest learned Vedantist, that's what it means. Yani Veda Vidam Srestha means that. Being the eldest learned Vedantist, O Suta Goswami, you know all the knowledge, you are acquainted with the knowledge of Vyasadeva, who is the incarnation of Godhead. Bhagavan Badarayanaha. Who is Badarayana? Why is he called Bhagavan? He is the incarnation of the Supreme Lord. So Bhagavan Badarayanaha, you know. You're acquainted with the knowledge of Vyasadeva, who is the incarnation of Godhead. And you also know other sages. Anyecha Munayaha Suta. Other sages also you know. And who are these sages? Who are fully versed in all kinds of physical and metaphysical knowledge. Paravara Vido Viduhu. Para and Avara. Para means superior knowledge. Avara means inferior knowledge. Or Prabhupada translates it as physical and metaphysical knowledge. What is physical? Hmm? This material world is said to be physical. Like this phone is there. If I drop, what will happen? It will not fall, no? It will float. If it floats, is it called physical? So it has to work according to physics. This way material world works according to material laws. Metaphysical means, so if I throw down, what will happen? If I throw down, it will go up. Just the opposite, no? Metaphysical means. No. Metaphysical means that which is beyond this material world, not governed by these laws of this material world. That is spiritual world. There also, if you throw the phone, what will happen? Are there phones in the spiritual world? What will happen if you throw the phone? Whatever you desire will happen. It is metaphysical. Kalpavruksha is there. Kalpavruksha, can my phone be thrown up? If I throw down, it will take it. So, Paravara Vido Viduhu. You know other sages who are fully versed in all kinds of physical and metaphysical knowledge. So, Prabhupada mentions, there are other sages who are authors of the 6 different philosophical systems. There are 6 different philosophical systems in our ancient Indian knowledge. 6 philosophical systems. And name one of these authors. Must have seen Patanjali, famous products. He is one of the author of yoga system. There is Jaimini. Jaimini is Karma Mimamsa. Kapila is there. Whether this is our Kapila, Bhagavatam Kapila, or not. It's not our Kapila. There is Kanada, Ashtavakra. So all these people, they have invented some, even atomic theory is also there. One of the theories that they propounded is an atomic theory. But they are all incomplete. Theism is explained completely in where? Vedanta Sutra. What is Vedanta Sutra? So there are these 6 philosophies that we said, Krama Mimamsa, so on and so forth, Patanjali Yoga and all that. They are incomplete in the sense, Prabhupada says, no mention is given to the ultimate cause of all causes. In some of them, it is said the atom is the cause. In some of them, it is said material world is the cause. In some, it is said randomness is the cause. Like that, there is no proper mention of what is the ultimate cause of all causes in these 6. So, in which is it mentioned? The ultimate cause of all causes? Vedanta Sutra. Vedanta Sutra. What is Vedanta Sutra?
అంటే మొత్తం ఫిలాసఫీ అంతా ఒక చిన్న చిన్న అథాతో బ్రహ్మ జిజ్ఞాస అలా ఒక్కొక్క లైన్ లో ఉంటుంది. మీనింగ్ అంతా చిన్న చిన్న లైన్స్ లో అలా ఉంటాయి అలా 500.
So, Vyasadeva compiled all the Vedic literature, the four Vedas, the Puranas, Itihasas, and then he summarized everything in Vedanta Sutra. So, all these Vedic literature are summarized in the codes called Vedanta Sutra. Sutra means what? E equals to mc square. That is a sutra. That is a formula. You can derive so many derivations from that. Right? All the major scientific inventions, discoveries, advancements, technology is based on that sutra. See how much you can do with that. So, like that, Vyasadeva has given sutras. Athato Brahma Jignasa, Janmadiyasya Yataha, Shabdad Anavrittihi. Right? These are all in a short form he has given. And he also understood that in order to understand the Vedanta Sutra, people need explanation of Vedanta Sutra. If I told you Shabdad Vritti, what is the meaning? What is the meaning of Shabdad Vritti? From sound, Shabdad Vritti, you will attain liberation. If an ordinary man is told that Shabdad Vritti, he will keep hearing the bird sounds, he'll keep hearing the train sounds, so I'll get liberation. So you need a natural commentary on that, what it actually means. It means the sound of the holy name of the Lord. So Vyasadeva not only gave Vedanta Sutra, but he also gave the natural commentary of Vedanta Sutra called, what is his natural commentary of Vedanta Sutra called as? Srimad Bhagavatam. So now you understand where does Srimad Bhagavatam fit? It is a natural commentary of Vyasadeva's Vedanta Sutra. Bhashyam Brahma Sutranam, it is said about Bhagavatam. So only that is the complete knowledge, whereas the other six are incomplete. So he is saying here, or the sages are saying, you are fully versed in all kinds of physical and metaphysical knowledge. That means Prabhupada says here, one can sit on the Vyasasana only after being conversant in all systems of philosophy. So that hmm? So that he can publish books about all kinds of philosophy. So that one can present fully the theistic views of the Bhagavatam in defiance of all other systems. How Bhagavatam trumps, is superior, defeats all other philosophical systems. Only if you know that, you will understand. So one time during a flight journey, Prabhupada and his disciple were sitting. And Prabhupada said, I want you to be trained in Mayavada philosophy. So you be a Mayavadi, no, you be a devotee, I am a Mayavadi. Jai Shri Radha Krishna Chandra ki jai, Nitai Gauranga ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So they played the roles. For some time, you be a devotee, I am a Mayavadi. So we'll argue and we'll see who will win. And the devotee said, oh, I know everything. Janmadiyasya taha Ishvaraha, Sarva Karana Karana, all this. I'll defeat easily whatever you present. I've read your books. And Prabhupada defeated him very easily, presenting all Mayavad arguments. And then he was mind blown. That means he thought he understood everything, but he could not. And then Prabhupada said, this time you be Mayavadi, I am devotee. And he repeated same arguments as Prabhupada did. And Prabhupada defeated him again with another set of arguments. So Prabhupada said, If you have to defeat somebody's position, you have to understand their position much better than they understand their position. So that is why Prabhupada in his books talks so much about Mayavada, impersonalism. You see Chaitanya Charitamrita purports, so deep purports, full of explanation about what is Mayavada philosophy, what is impersonalism. That is what it is said here. Unless one understands all these philosophical systems, they cannot defend Bhagavatam. So Srila Suta Goswami was the proper teacher, and therefore the sages at Naimisharanya elevated him to the Vyasasana. So during Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's time, you know who is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur? Where does he live?
One of the original
One of the original?
who writes the commentary on the Bhagavatam.
He wrote commentaries on Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. Somebody is Acharya Pada.
Guru of Baladev.
So he was the senior most Acharya in senior most Vaishnava in Vrindavan at that time. This was during after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left. So at that time, the Govinda deity was being worshipped in where? Radha Govinda? Huh? No. Is Radha Govinda main deity in Vrindavan? Jaipur. So it was being worshipped by the king of Jaipur. So, but the priests, they said that you cannot worship like this Radha Krishna. They objected according to Gaudiya Vaishnava principles. Because they said Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta does not have commentary on Vedanta Sutra. If a sampradaya has to be considered bona fide, they have to have a commentary on Vedanta Sutra, which the Gaudiya Vaishnavism did not have. So the king summoned Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura. He was very senior at that time in Vrindavan. And he said, I'm not able to come because he was very old at that time. But he empowered Baladev Vidyabhushana to go. So you go and write. The reason why the commentary did not exist, what was the reason why that Vedanta Sutra commentary did not exist in Gaudiya Vaishnava? Yeah, the natural commentary of Srimad Bhagavatam is already there. So the Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas, they don't want to touch, which is already given. But then the question of legitimacy or bona fidity of the disciplic succession has come. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur sends. Whom did he send? Baladeva Vidyabhushana. So he sends. So he comes and takes the blessing of Govinda Dev. Can I write the commentary? And Govinda Dev drops his flower. He already got the authorization from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, but still he, as a matter of principle, he asks authorization. That means a Vaishnava, if he has to write bona fide literature, there has to be authorization. Cannot write just like that. And then he writes beautiful commentary of Vedanta Sutra and presents it to all the scholars who become blown. Their minds are blown. And then they all accept Gaudiya Vaishnava principles, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya as a bona fide Sampradaya. That is why if you see Bhagavad Gita, you give the book, Bhagavad Gita. Whom does Prabhupada dedicate this Bhagavad Gita to? Ah. You find it? Find that. Even before, I think.
The fourth page will be dedicated to Buddha.
Yeah, in the first or second page. Ah. So it says, to Srila Baladeva Vidya Bhushana, who presented so nicely the commentary on Vedanta philosophy. So far, what did we learn? What is the natural commentary on Vedanta Sutra? Srimad Bhagavatam. But Baladeva Vidya Bhushana has written a commentary on Vedanta Sutra, and that is called Govinda Bhashya. What does it mean by that? Govinda Bhashya. Ah, it is Lord Govinda only speaking. As Krishna. Huh? No, Vedanta Sutra. All the sutras are explained as a commentary, like a purport. We call purport. Like that, Baladeva Vidya Bhushana, for every sutra, he has given the purport, what it means.
Srila Prabhupada, for his Bhagavad Gita, he referred Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Govinda Bhashya. Majority of the teachings.
No, that is different. Prabhupada referred to Baladeva Vidya Bhushana's commentary of Bhagavad Gita. For his, Prabhupada referred to everyone. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary on Bhagavad Gita, Baladeva Vidya Bhushana's commentary, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, even many commentaries of Bhakti Siddhanta. So he is referred to everything, but most of his commentaries are taken from Baladeva's commentary on Bhagavad Gita. So that is the importance of Baladeva Vidyabhushana, who has brought the Gaudiya Vaishnavism to a bona fide category. But on an active basis, we don't study Govinda Bhashya. We study what? Srimad Bhagavatam. Why? Because it is natural commentary of Vedanta Sutra. So Govinda Bhashya means it is written by Govinda. So that is our principle. Whatever we are doing, we are not doing. What are we? We are instruments, the hands of the Lord. Where does it say in Bhagavad Gita? Tasmad uttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrun bhunksha rajyam samruddham mayai vaitan vihitan purvameva nimittamatram bhava savyasachin. All these people have already been put to death by my previous arrangement. You just be nimitta just be an instrument in the fight. Bhava savyasachin, and shoot the arrow. Savyasachi means what?
Expert in arrows.
Savyasachi means the expert shooter of arrows. That means your duty is to shoot arrows. Every time a name is called, there is an implicit meaning. Your duty is just to shoot the arrows. I'll tell you where to shoot the arrows. That means we have to become experts in what we do. But where we offer that, where we aim that work is told by Krishna or the spiritual master. Whether we are cleaning vessels or washing dishes, washing the floor or making garlands or driving or playing mridanga, we have to learn, we have to keep improving, cultivating expertise. Nothing is outside the purview of Krishna consciousness. Whether you're an engineer, handling big projects, architect, whatever it is, we have to do that. But where we do that, where we shoot the arrows, that's what guidance is given by the Lord. So, any other questions or comments?
close to Srimad Bhagavatam because it is the summary of it.
Natural commentary of Vedanta Sutra.
I was thinking that already Prabhupada referred and condensed this. So, because all Prabhupada referred to all the four acharyas, like all the commentaries, his commentary, and then wrote it here.
So,
I thought that's already covered, all of the points are covered here.
yeah, Srimad Bhagavatam Prabhupada gave because there is nothing which is in English and which is true to the Sampradaya, which is accessible to everyone in the English language. That is why he gave Srimad Bhagavatam by taking all the summary of all the commentaries, what is exactly needed, what is the right message, what is the right spirit to be conveyed in the Guru Parampara, what is needed for the Western audience, for the English speaking world, for the next 10,000 years. So Prabhupada gave what is needed. That is why Prabhupada's Bhagavatam we read. Bhagavatam, of course, is only those verses, 18,000 verses. But the Acharya explains that verses in a way we can understand. In earlier time, like Arjuna, Krishna just spoke how many verses of Bhagavad Gita? 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita. He didn't need explanation. He understood. But we need explanation. That's why we need commentary of Acharya. Plus, there are many other impersonalists, unscrupulous commentators who tweak the meaning in a different way. So to negate it, to counteract it also, the Acharya needs to give the commentary. Bhagavatam also, there are many commentators who will try to tweak the meaning, who will jump to the 10th canto. So the Acharya needs to set things right. Does that clarify?
Not only Arjuna, Krishna calling Arjuna and specifically, Arjuna also calls the names based on the context.
Correct.
In Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah. Oh, Madhusudana, you killed only Madhu, but you are asking me to kill my elders. You didn't kill your elders, you killed only enemies, Arisudana, but you're asking me to kill my friends. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, विश्वगुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल।